Alright everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for tomorrow. And to all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel, and to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos, as well as staying tuned on in 3 to 5 more minutes. That's all I ask for of your time right after this chart analysis, guys, because right after this chart analysis I usually talk about stocks that are setting up to continue to run, or maybe have a pullback. You have to do your research to then go ahead and have the next opportunity, right? I know that you guys are looking for the chart analysis and information on the stocks you're invested in and doing research on, but guys, you guys are leaving money on the table. This is an example of a video of where everyone drops. This was the chart analysis, and this is where I started talking about Pinduoduo, which is a stock that at the time was at 124, dropped to 119, and a few days later, just in 5 days, it went up to $147 at a high of 149. But at 147 is literally that peak where I was watching it to. So that was 20 plus, right, dollars per share if you would have just held on 3 to 5 more minutes in just 5 days, guys. So if you put $100, it was $20. If you put $1,000, it was $200 in just 5 days swing trading it. Now, am I guaranteeing that every single time? No, it doesn't mean that that's always going to happen, but this is where the money's at. Last week I talked about skills Monday and Tuesday, $14, $12, and look what happened last week, guys. It shot up all the way to $17. So it doesn't mean that it's always going to play out that way, but I'm also preparing you guys with new opportunities beyond just these chart analysis. So all I ask for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. We're going to talk about the stocks we briefed on this morning over at the Discord. If that's something that interests you, you're more than welcome to join us. But let's jump right into Ocgn. The links are down below to the Discord and Patreon in the description. So Ocugen Inc. had a run. I talked about last week, if it didn't consolidate right within this area, it would show weakness and probably fall. It did the whole opposite and went up, and it might consolidate up here, right? That's showing some strength. That's really good. I also talked about how volume was really low here compared to this drop. But if you look at today's volume, right, it was explosive. 266 million. It's almost like the bulls heard my video or watched my video and said, we are going to counter that whole entire drop and we're going to bring this up. And that's exactly what they did. They brought it back up to highs here of 1265. It's cooling off a little bit. We're going to want to see if this consolidates or if this continues to run. But one thing I do want you guys to be aware of as investors is that this stock right now is in the middle of an offering. Today was a green day in the market. We need to see how the overall market does tomorrow and that this doesn't start becoming weakness, right? But right now, the bulls are showing strength. And if this goes ahead and breaks through resistance levels, this could start to test newer highs, guys. So let's go ahead and see here what points to watch carefully. So the first thing is the 50-day moving average. 50-day moving average is 1095, guys. I want you guys to be aware of that. Let me see if I can get it exactly. It keeps jumping around. There we go. 1095. We're sitting at 1152. So if that gets crossed, this could end up in bearish territory. And I did say that in the last video as well, that if this just consolidated and didn't move up with momentum, which is kind of what's happened, it moved up and pulled back a little bit, the 50-day moving average would catch up to the price. It's certainly doing that. So the bulls definitely need to reappear tomorrow or in the next 2 days before the bears start to gain leverage just by default, because the 50-day moving average would cross it, right? So we want to keep that in mind. Now our support here above the 50-day moving average is 1127, guys. We want to watch that carefully to see if the bulls can maintain control, and if that gets crossed, watch it between that support and the 50-day moving average to see what's going on and who is gaining leverage, whether the bulls pull it back up or the bears are tearing it down fairly fast. Now, our resistance level is up here at 1260. That needs to be broken through by the bulls and turn into a support so this can reach newer highs and new resistance levels. And then obviously the highest point up here at 1364 for the bulls to hit newer highs, new resistance levels, and maintain the momentum of the last 4 days, guys. So if you guys learned something new, don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell, and share this with your friends and community. Smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. And all I ask for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. let's talk about the stock we briefed on this morning, as well as the fact that I have a ticker symbol for you guys to add to your watch list. This stock ran up to $30 last time I talked about it when it was around 19 and 20. Came back down to those numbers, and right now it's a little bit above 25, probably sitting close to 26 unless it pulled back in the last few minutes. So the ticker symbol I want you guys to add to your watch list is one I've briefed on before, and it's actually pulled back since it hit those highs of $30. We caught it below 20, close to 20, ran up 30%, came back down, and now it's running up again, guys. So this is definitely a stock you want to add to your watch list if you don't have it already. We're going to talk about it in just a moment. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the opportunities we had this morning over at the Discord. And if this is something that interests you, we're almost 130 plus members already collectively in the community. And if you would like to join, you're more than welcome to join us. The links are down below to the Discord and Patreon. You'll gain access to the weekly watch list, and you'll gain access to the daily watch list, guys. We're collectively a community of investors looking to maximize profits, minimize losses, and get through the turbulence and volatility of the market. So if you're learning and beginning, it's a great community to get started. And if you're experienced, same as well, because the opportunities are endless, and we look forward to having you join us. So if that's something that interests you, you're more than welcome to join us. So this is a realistic expectation of what I have over at the Discord. I've always said on a regular day, 5 to 10%, right? 10 to 20% on a great day, and home runs are 20% plus. So for the last 3 weeks, we've been hitting home runs and few regular days, which regular days is between 5% to 10%. Today, we had a regular day. This is one of them. We went ahead and briefed on this one early in the morning, and I talked about it, right? We even talked about Microvision, how it needs to break through $24 to keep on pushing upwards. And we talked about PIRS. It was sitting at 236, and I talked about why it was running and it was pulling back. We needed to watch volume carefully if things were outflowing or inflowing. So right towards the bell, things were outflowing tremendously. This fell down to a low here of 228, and it took off to a high of basically 239. So this gave us about 5%, right? 4.5 to 5.5% here on this run. And that's all it really gave us for the whole day. And even if you held through the volatility, you were still close to 5%, 4.5% on the day. This was a regular day expectation opportunity. Now, the other one that was very volatile, but gave us a little bit more than 5% is SJ. And I talked about it when it was at 1194. We needed to see if this one was going to collapse or it was going to run, right? Had a lot of volatility going for it. And early in the morning, right, I went ahead and talked about it when it was sitting at, like I stated, 1194 right here. You could see it right there at that point, sitting at 1194. And it actually took off, right, from that point. So I talked about it back around here. It was consolidating, ran up, right, gave us a nice little 5% run right there. And then it pulled back to 1160, and it took off to a high of 1257. So that's where the opportunity of a nice 10 to 12% opportunity happened. And this happened within 3 minutes, right? So this is how fast you have to react for these opportunities. We were watching it to see if it collapsed, and if it ran, that's all it gave us. And the rest of the day was history of ever seeing the $11 mark. It just kept going lower and lower and lower. So this was the best opportunity we had today. Very volatile one and moving really, really fast, guys. So I talked about it when it was at 1194. We were watching it. It hit lows here of 1167, hit it again. It seemed like that was a nice little support. It took off. It pulled back close to 1164 right there in that area. That 1160 mark was a nice support, and it bounced off. So that's where you have to go ahead and put your stop loss, your limit, you know, and it's 5 to 10%. And if it doesn't go ahead and execute, you ride this one up throughout the process, and you need to watch it carefully. So it's great for anyone that wants to learn and grow as an investor, guys. If you're looking forward to becoming part of a community, join us. The links are down below. Check out the tiers. They're filling up pretty quickly. And like I said, we look forward to having you join us. So what ticker symbol you want to go ahead and have on your watch list, guys? And when I state these stocks, it doesn't mean just jump right onto it. And as I'm speaking, it's at $26, guys. This was at $25 before I started doing this video. It keeps on just shooting up and taking off, guys. And when we zoom out, that's all it's been doing. But when we put here the 30 minutes so we can see things a little bit more broader, right? I told every single investor to catch this one back around this area. And if it touched that area, there was a big opportunity. It took off, hit $31 and some change, came back to the $19 mark, took off again, right? Giving another opportunity. And then here we are seeing it take off again, guys. This is a stock you want to have on your watch list. Now, are you late to the party at this point? I wouldn't really say you are or not, unless it's your goal to make this happen fast, then maybe you are. But this is definitely a stock to watch if it gets closer back to these support levels or even breaks through them at some point, because long-term analysis ratings and all my research and everything that I've seen, this seems to have potential. Now, this is not financial advice. I'm not here to tell you to buy, sell, or hold any positions on this stock, but I am here to enlighten you guys on the opportunities of the market. There's a trend here that every single time it hits close to $20, it takes off. And from $20 to where it's at right now, this is already up 20%, guys. And if you pay close attention to the stocks I talk about every single day towards the end of these videos, these type of opportunities and swing trades you'll have. Now, if you want to know updates live of what stocks I'm watching, you can join me over at the Patreon, the weekly watch list, and you'll gain access to the daily watch list as well. And 130 plus members already. We're on our way towards that over in the Discord, and it's way beyond what I talk about, if not collectively the community of smart and intelligent investors, all learning and growing and becoming much more profitable and minimizing losses, guys. If you want to become part of that, you can join us. The link is down below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.